Om Namah Shivaya. Today we are in a village of Dharakari in Himachal Pradesh. We are here today for a very special reason. We are here in search of footstep of a great personality, a personality which has become world famous and about whom everybody from different countries of the world wants to know. That personality is considered an avatar, a descent of godhood on this planet, a person who has taken birth on this planet for salvation of mankind. We are here to understand the childhood upbringing of that personality. That personality is Mahayogi Satendra Nath, Kaulantak Nath, IshaPutra, known for his capabilities and abilities, being a Siddha at a very young age and becoming the head of the supreme Peeth, the seat of knowledge, the temple of Dharma in Himalayas, the Kaulantak Peeth, the hidden secret of the gods and goddesses kept in the Peeth of Kaulantak Peeth, and Mahayogi Satendra Nath ji becoming the supreme most, the deified person of that Peeth, the Kaulantak Peethadishwar Mahayogi Satendra Nath, who became the head, the chief, the lord of this Kaulantak Peeth at a very young, tender age. And he was not made the chief of the lord of Kaulantak Peeth out of mercies, out of compassion, just because he's an Avatari Chetana, so he should be made the lord of Kaulantak Peeth. He had to undergo various tests and he had to prove to his gurus that he is worthy of becoming the lord of Kaulantak Peeth. Because in Kaulantak Peeth there is no place for mercy, there is only Virachar. The person who is courageous and who can accomplish and show his accomplishments and prove his worthiness becomes the lord of Kaulantak Peeth. And Mahayogi Satendra Nath ji became the lord of Kaulantak Peeth. So today we want to understand we want to know about Mahayogi Kaulantak Nath, Mahayogi Satendra Nath ji's childhood. How he used to go to his gurus from this ancient village and from his house to learn from his gurus various vidyas, Kaulachar, Tantra, Mantra, Yoga. He used to go to learn from his gurus from this house and would come back. So we want to understand and we want to know and we want to see and experience small details, small facets, windows of Mahayogi's childhood life. So today in this documentary, which is a small step towards perhaps a bigger project of understanding Mahayogi's life. So in this first step towards that grand project, we will show you different snippets covering small portions and details which will touch upon Mahayogi ji's life, different portion of his life, and perhaps will give you a lot of anand, bliss by connecting with his childhood.
This place, this hilly area, this place is called village Dharakhadi, and this is the place where our Mahayogi Satendra Nath ji took birth. and his house is up there, up upside of this mountain hill. And today I am going to show you the place where Mahayogi ji used to spend his childhood days, what he used to do, and what all those things. I will explain it. So this is the hilly area where he used to come in his childhood days. Before he used to have goats, cows, etc. So he used to come to this place with the animals. The animals used to feed in those up in the hills or down, and he used to do his sadhanas. Here one cave is there. So there he used to do his sadhana, and his leisure time when he used to think that now for spending time for playing, etc. He used to spend his time in that small ground with his friends, and for sadhanas he used to go to that small cave where now the herbs and the bushes are grown up. Before it used to be a big cave, means easily a person can enter inside it, and there he used to sit and do his sadhanas.
This bush that you see here, which is known as Tirmira in India, is unique and is very holy because this plant has been used by yogis since centuries for various purposes. You might have seen yogis in Himalaya carrying long stick of this used as staff, as a walking stick in Himalayas. This has also been used by yogis to clean their teeth because in this wilderness of natural surrounding in Himalaya, you will not expect to find a toothbrush made in factories. So Mahayogi Satyendra Nath ji, who was born in such surrounding, grew up using this plant's small bush, sometimes as twigs, to clean his teeth. And let me show you this. You can probably hardly see any wood in it because most of it is covered by thorns, and they are like very sharp. If they get inside your hand, they're gonna easily cut you deep. Mahayogi ji used to use this kind of tree for brushing his teeth. So this hard surrounding that you see here, this hard rock, very hot in summer days. Walking barefoot on these rocks is not a very easy task because I've been walking just from there barefoot, and if you can see, I already have got many thorns in my foot and I'm already bleeding. So walking on such surrounding every day is not an easy task. But Mahayogi ji was used to this because he grew up in this surrounding, and Mother Nature nurtured him. His physical body adapted to his surrounding, and all this walking barefoot on this surrounding, using plants like these for cleaning his teeth, for various other purposes in his life, was coming naturally to him because nature and his gurus taught him this ancient science which is getting lost in our modern days.
So I'm here in the middle of this jungle, and as already said, that we have already shown you the caves of Mahayogi and the playground as well. So let me cover one important topic today. Why was this particularly field chosen for his playground? Well, as you can see, like his house is like 2 kilometers walk away from here. So he had to come here because this surrounding was very rich for water. Previously there was to be a water source over here, but now it has dried up, and The surroundings is very green, and you could find some twigs and woods for dhuna. He used to actually go to the mountains and learn various yogas from his teacher, and come back here and in the serene atmosphere practice all the sadhanas that he got. He used to leave his cattle here. They used to graze here, while he was to go to his caves and practice what he learned from his gurus. It's a hard life, isn't it? But still, one can find a way if he has a true will. So this is how he spent his childhood life in here, in this particularly serene surroundings.
This is now before we have discussed about the ground where Mahayogi Siddhanath used to spend his childhood days in playing. So here the wind is also blowing very, it's nice. The location is very nice. Now before here there were small grass. It used to be a very greenery place. And here Mahayogi ji used to spend his time by playing, and even they used to do wrestle, means in India we call this kushti. Kushti means we can call this as arm wrestling. So arm wrestling means see our both of our two of our sadhakas are there. They will show you what is mean by kushti or arm wrestling. So see this kind of means what do you say means fighting with fighting means fighting with each other in arms with arms, and just throwing one person with another person, but throwing each other. So this is called game or called kushti. Means in this, if we do this kushti and all, our body becomes it gets lots of strength by doing kushti, by doing yogas and even pranayams. So he used to spend all his childhood days by learning yogas, kushti, and even pranayams, sadhanas from his gurus. And he used to practice here in this field with his friends.
This is the entrance to the cave where Mahayogi ji used to go and sit in his own solitude and gets deep inside himself and in his sadhana, in deep meditation and in dhyan and in samadhi. The cave that I'm going to show you, which is right behind me, is a small cave. It's not really possible to get inside that dark cave and stand, but for sitting it's very comfortable. And believe me, if Mahayogi ji has meditated in that cave, it would be very blissful. Come on, now let me show you the cave. But let me warn you, unlike me, please do not walk barefoot on this, because I already have around 10 thorns inside my foot.
As you can see here, we are inside the cave, and Mahayogi ji used to sit in the same position in Siddhasana in this cave and used to meditate. And we can and we have shown a sadhak here how he used to do sadhana here. This is done for an illustrative purpose, and you can see those two holes over there. It had a reason over there, because this was for him to check the time. Like if it was like little dark, right? He used to know from here, and he used to get back to his home. So this was basically his way of interpreting time. So you can call it was clock for him. And as you can see here, this cave is quite big, and there are some white places over here as well. and he also had like 3 of his guru brothers, or in our language we say it guru bhais. So with his guru brothers, he used to come here and he used to meditate here and also practice what he was taught. And the thing, basic thing, the most important thing about this cave is that it doesn't have any dampness. Because of the sunlight, there is no any moisture inside here. So one can sit here for like 1 month, 2 months, without any troubles, and without any tensions of any moisture or dampness. And 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 when he at night, when he used to sleep here, he used to burn a fire over this place and at the entrance, so that no animals will come inside here, and that was for his protections. And this is how he used to meditate here. Quite a blissful place, isn't it?
Now we are in a place where before you might have seen the playground and the cave. Now this is the importance of this place is it's a very quiet place. See here it's surrounded by it is surrounded by all hills, small hills, and I can show you that just above this hill there is a village, and is above that hill there is a village, and here this side also above the hill there are villages, and of course when villages are there will be a lot of disturbances, the disturbances of some kind of drums, drum beats, and etc, because here small temples are also there, so that they used to the villagers used to do the pujas, they used to worship there. So while worshipping, definitely there will be sounds. So this is a kind of place where no sound means there is no disturbance. Here sound it cannot reach here. So it is free from disturbances and all. So it was really like a place like heaven for the sadhakas who before used to do here sadhanas and pass their time by doing sadhanas and their routine work. And even Mahayogi ji here used to means meet with some old peoples. Now definitely they are not there, but when sometimes they used to come to these places, and here he used to learn or discuss with him some ancient kind of some ancient ancient lipis, like ancient scriptures like Bhut Lipi and known as Tankri. That is Tankri of it is the ancient language of Himalayas. He used to discuss all these Bhut Lipi, Tankri, and other vanished scriptures and the about vanished scriptures, etc., with those old people. And with his guru brothers and that's guru bhais, he used to spend his time here. So this is the place.
see the climate over here. It's going to rain now. So before it does, right? So let me tell you something about Kaulantak Peeth. Actually, nobody knows what Kaulantak Peeth is, because Kaulantak Peeth has always been hidden in somewhere between the mysteries, and it's also called mysterious land of Shiva. And Mahayogi Satyendra Nath, he in his childhood days, or let's say in an early age, became the head of Kaulantak Peeth. And in the scripture, there's a saying, that if somebody becomes a Kaulantak Peethadishwar, or head of Kaulantak Peeth, he is the descent of Lord Shiva, and he is also worshipped as Lord Shiva himself, in small form or in bigger form. And Mahayogi Ji is also known as an avatar, but he's a kind of illusionist, because he hides himself in between the curtains that he has made, so that no one can figure him out. He has transcended everything, all these bodily limits, and all those powers of human, and all those boundaries of humankind, what they can imagine. He's just unimaginable. But still he comes to us in his normal form, and he eats and he sleeps and he dines with us, making an illusion that he's one of us. But in reality, he's all of this. He has transcended everything. There is nothing in this universe that he has not known, and there is nothing in this universe that he hasn't transcended. But still, as being an avatar, he is here in between us to look like us, and we don't have this third eye or divine vision like Sanjay had in Mahabharata, that we can see his divine form and his divine qualities. It's his illusion that we are here and interpreting him as a human form, which is totally wrong. But still, that's his pastimes, or in our language we could say it Leela. And besides this, Kaulantak Peeth is also known for its Birachar, and there is so much things to be said about Kaulantak Peeth, but my words fell because I myself can't transcend all those imaginations and all those divinities that is within him, and we are trying to explain him in human form, because words fail when it comes to explaining his divine qualities and his divine knowledges and his divine pastimes. So this was our small approach and a small mile. This was our first step of a long journey for describing him as a person and explaining him as an avatar.
Right now, I'm sitting in the old home of Mahayogi Sri Satyendra Nath Ji Maharaj, and I'm having three very unique articles used by Mahayogi Ji in his childhood days, and was used extensively by Kolacharis across the region. So let me start with this basket made of some kind of female bamboo. This basket has been covered with mud and cow dung for purity, and it has been used by Kolacharis for various purposes. If some flowers have to be offered to goddess Kurukulla, the goddess of Kaulantak Peeth, then she would be offered flowers in this basket. If some grains has to be offered, it would also be offered in this basket. If some grain has to be taken as bhiksha, what yogis usually take, then this basket will also be used for that. Sometimes when we have to worship goddess Kurukulla, then Kolacharis make small statues, idols of goddess, and place it in this basket, and on top of certain grains like rice. And whenever we have to do worship, we'll probably do some flower worship outside it, and the goddess would be placed in this basket. So in this basket, this old looking basket is considered very pure and very holy. And by the look of it, it looks like it has been used in many Kolachar practices earlier also. This is an old pumpkin known also as tumri in Himalayan region of India. You might have seen many videos of Mahayogi ji carrying a big kamandal colored in black, for having a handle on top of it. For he used to carry it for putting water in it, or maybe even for eating food also it has been used. So let me show you how that kamandal that you have seen Mahayogi ji carry has been made. So this top portion would be cut off, and another bamboo stake or some other stake would be attached for handle, and sometimes even a small hole here and a groove and some out protruding things so that you can pour water also. So, and it would be all colored in black, and the yogis will hold it in hand and go in the mountain. So that would be called a kamandal. Although I must say that the water if you make a kamandal out of this, then initially the water would be very bitter if you drink this water. But it has some medicinal values, so that water would be very good for you. Slowly, as the yogi keep drinking water from it, the bitterness goes away and it takes a very sweet taste. And drinking Himalayan stream water in this is a very beautiful thing. But for making a water container, we would make a smaller cut here, a flap for covering the water, and we would keep the water inside. So this pumpkin tumri has various uses. You can make a khappar by making a deep cut for eating food. You can make a kamandal by attaching a handle and carry it by coloring it all black, that you have seen Mahayogi ji carry most of the time. Or you can make a water vessel kamandal by making a smaller cut and having the flap as a lid, and probably even attach certain rope made of jute or some other naturally occurring rope making thread like even hemp, and make a handle for this and carry in the Himalayan ranges for containing water. On this beautiful morning, I am here in village of Dharakari, where Mahayogi Satyendranath ji took birth. There's this small jungle behind me, where people like me go for their natural work in the morning, ablution. Let me show you the village, the view from here. This hillside village, probably there would be around 10-15 houses constituting the village. Small farms, hillside step farms, lots of trees, apple trees, apricot. Very beautiful village. If you could experience the air here, which is very pure and fresh, sounds of birds chirping around. Come, let me take you to the village. This tree is it's called ban tree in Hindi. I really don't know what you call it in English. You'll have to check it on Google. This tree has very mysterious properties also. This is a nut that has fallen from the tree. This nut has also been called as a Shri because it has a crown on top of it, which comes out like this very easily. This is considered very holy in Kaulachar, and there are various uses of this nut for Maran, Uchatan, many other such prayog in Kaulachar. An experienced person knows what I'm talking about.
So this is the village of Mahayogiji, and I'm going to show you something special today. Something that is related with his childhood days. As you can see here, this is called step well or bauri in his native language. Let me show you something here. You see this step well? It was the source of drinking water and for all those maintenance and for washing all those utensils. It was used, and this was considered as a rich supply of water before. But now, because of the modernization, right, the step well has started to dry up. Like you can see here, like it was constructed at 2000 and 2009, and because of this modernization, the statue over there, it was very clear. But after the renovation process, it started to get disfigured, and now you can see we can hardly figure it out anything. And this place is called Bauri because in this village there was a yaksha. His name was Baur, and this was his Bauri. So this was his source of water. And you can see here there's quite a space over here and that side as well. So Mahayogiji used to come with his bucket over here. He used to make a natural stove in here. He used to heat the water up. He used to take a bath over here, and he used to return back to his home. And since this, and you can also see another tank over here. Before, the water from here used to go and accumulate over here, but they started to dry up. So you can see all those grasses over here and all those druts because it has dried up. So these things, this natural things should be conserved, and our government should also think about it. And we as a people, human being, should also look after our cultural heritages, and we should also look after our norms, values, and we have to protect it.
Now I am standing in the middle of the farm that is inherited by the forefather. It is inherited property of Kaulantak Naths. So here now these are wheat. These are wheat. It has been grown. So and let me show you some other things also related to Kaulantak Nath, IshaPutra. Here, this is a local plant. This is a local plant that grows up in Himalayas. This is known as bichhubuti, and by these the leaves are used as chutneys. We call in here in India chutney. They make chutneys of these leaves and even curry. So it has a very good benefit, medicinal value and health benefit. And another thing, another plant is also there. It grows naturally. This is known as phafra. In local Himalayan language, this is known as phafra. So these leaves are also used as curries. So it has a very good health benefit. And another in front here, I am standing in front of a walnut tree. See, this is called a walnut tree. This is walnut tree, and here even these leaves are also used as cleaning teeth. Really, if you take the leaves and clean your teeth, your tongue, even your lips, it becomes. If you do, if you clean your teeth and rub these leaves on your lips continuously for a long time, even you can see your lips becoming red, and even your tongue color it changes to red, and even your teeth shines. So these are some medicinal value of this walnut plant's leaves.
Right now, I'm in one of Mahayogi Satyendranath Ji's farm, which he has inherited from his ancestors. This farm is one of the many farms that Mahayogi Ji has in this Himalayan region. This tree is an apple tree, which is under flowering season. In a couple of months, you'll see very beautiful red shining apples hanging on this tree. Right now, pollination is going on by these butterflies and small insects. This is jaw, the wheat grass. This, let me tell you, this is an organic farm. All farming is done in a very natural, organic way. Mahayogi Ji, not a lot of people know that Mahayogi Ji was born in a family whose primary occupation is farming still. Mahayogi Ji, even though he is Kaulantak Nath and supreme yogi of Himalaya, he still is involved in grassroots level of farming. This particular farm was also given this shape by Mahayogi Ji few weeks, months ago. He came with some people for trimming the trees, making sure that the plants are growing right. So he is very accustomed to and very knowledgeable in organic farming, natural farming, Javik Krishi and Vedic Krishi. He has got this knowledge from his ancestors as well as from his gurus. His gurus has taught him certain mysterious ways of farming, which has been taught by yogis through oral traditions for organic farming and Vedic farming and Anu farming. And you will find Mahayogi Ji as a big proponent of organic farming across world stage. So this is one of the many farms that Mahayogi Ji is attached to and goes and take care of whenever he finds time.
I'm going to show you something. I'm going to show you a vegetable that grows in a tree, and it's called phegada in Himachal language, and in English I don't know. I have never read that in my school days. I'll show you one. You see this? This is called phegada, and it has this white substance or fluid that comes out. If it gets in your skin, it'll cause a burn, right? But one thing about this is that if you eat it, it will taste really sweet. I mean, you can see this passage over here. See this passage that leads him, Mahagi, to his house. This was a passage that in modern time. Now this is a modern time, right? So it is now cemented and it's now conquered. But before, it was just a trail of stones leading to that big road over there, and there was no road over there. Now the road has come out, right? But in like 20-30 years back, there was no road over here. So this passage, Mahayogi used to walk this passage and go to his school, and his school is like 3 kilometers from here and 3 kilometers back. So it was a 6-kilometer walk daily from house to school. That is hard life, isn't it? Like in modern system, I used to go to school by a bus, and it used to take me only 10 minutes. Imagine me walking 3 kilometers for a school and coming back home walking 3 kilometers, making 6 kilometers daily walk. Isn't that a hard life?
Bombole. Right now, amidst ganja plants, ganja, bhang, marijuana, doobies. It's been known for, it has various names across various culture across the world. This seven leaf is also very famous in music industry also. We all know the various uses of hemp plant. Apart from making very strong ropes and having medicinal values, you might have seen yogis in Himalaya, sannyasis smoking in chilam. But let me first tell you something very categorically, that Kaulantak Nath, Mahayogi Satyendra Nath ji, is very strict and very against consuming this in chilam or smoking joints, because he says that it's wrong to associate Bholenath with chilam and smoking bhang. Chilam chunya nache dunya. This is not something which you'll find Mahayogi indulging in at all. Although on specific occasions, especially Mahashivaratri, certain dishes are prepared, pakoda and fried dumplings made of this plant's leaf, but that is only on Mahashivratri. Although for offering this leaf on a shivling is considered also part of Shiv worship.
Now I am standing in front of a apricot tree. So this is a pure apricot tree, you can see, and you can even see small apricots. It has come. So this is green apricot. So in this is a whole plant, this is a whole tree of apricot, and in this middle there is some another kind of plant. It has grown up in this apricot tree. In Tantra language it is called a banda. In Tantra language it is called a banda, and banda has different use in Tantra. So if in some special muhurta, in special time, if you take out this banda and keep in your house, and if you do different mantra jabs, so you will get different effect of it.
You see the house over there? It's Mahayogi's inherited property. This house was built 200 years ago. Like you can see the surroundings house over there and over here. This was built later on. So that house over there looks quite old compared to this both house. And that house is very fragile. You know, it can dismantle at any time. And in the coming year, I think that's gonna be dismantled, and we're gonna make something better over there. And you can see the down windows or kind of a door over there. That door was where cattle used to enter inside the house. And the balcony over there, the wooden balcony, the wooden carved balcony over there, it is the place where Mahayogi used to sit and watch over all these surroundings.
This is the ancestral home of Mahayogi Satyendra Nath, Kaulantak Nath ji. This is the house of a Kalachari from the ancient days. Let me first give you an introduction of the house from the outside. This is the ground floor, or the first floor in American system. This is the door wherein there's an area where animals used to be kept, domesticated animals like cows, goats, sheep. There's like 2 holes for ventilation. There is this, you see this triangular hole here in this window structure. This is for honeybees. Honeybees, they would put water and sugar syrup inside. Honeybees will come with all the honey. They put it inside, and in the night, from the other side, from the inside house, somebody would take the honey outside. So 1, 2, 3, 4 houses for honeybees. This is the ground floor. This is the floor above it, first floor. You see the window opening, sort of like for ventilation. You can also see that when electricity first came here, it used to look like this: ancient wires, ancient switches, probably from the Stone Age of electricity. Old basket, used for storing grass, probably for the animals. There are no animals inside right now because they have been shifted to other houses of Mahayogi. So you'd see all this woods and trees, like cut down twigs for making fire outside. This house has 4 stories. This is the ground floor for animals. Then one more sort of an attic floor where they used to go for collecting honey, with a small ventilation. Then if you look a little bit above, is this balcony. This is the main living area of the house, which we'll show you later on from inside. And the one above it, there's a small floor also where foods are being prepared. So animals at the below, food on the top, and living quarters in between. The gods and goddesses also are established and invoked in the house accordingly. For animals, we have a god for protecting the animals and taking care of the animals. And at the top of the house, we'll find place and worship place for yoginis.
Now I am standing in front of Kaulantak Nath IshaPutra's house. So this place now, before it used to be a plain area. Now this small grass has been grown up. So this was an extra space. Here in Himachal Pradesh, in this area, every house has some extra place in front of the house. So these place, they make use of this place for different uses. As today evening, here some worshipping will be going on. So they people will bring out the Devi, the goddess, outside, and even the goddess, they will take the goddess and come here, and here ladies will stand and they will welcome the goddess. And here in this place is used as for Kolachari pujas also.
बत्ती नहीं है, धूप है। बत्ती नहीं है मतलब ये बत्ती बना दो तो क्या है?
दूर 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 थोड़ा दूर यार ऐसे
And even in the farms like maize, wheat, etc., when it has been grown up, and when it has been cut, it is stored in this place. And even in summer season, the animals are also brought in this place. Even for playing also, this place is used. And when even some guests come to house, they also utilize this place for welcoming them and for just giving food, etc., etc. So this place has, they make use of this place for different uses. In Himachal Pradesh and in every house, in front of every house, this kind of extra place is there.
So this is, we are in front of the stairs. This is the house. I'm going to show you the house now. Follow me. There are certain rules to abide in the house. Let me start with the rule number 1. In this house, you have to always walk bent like this, because see this, not enough height, so I may crash my head over here. So if you walk like this, you're going to live a longer life. Right now, I'm in the balcony of this house. See, the balcony over here is made up of fine wood carvings and flakes, wooden flakes. And the balcony used to be made this way because one can sit over here and one can enjoy the nature. The another purpose of making a house this way was because you can get a fresh air, and you can also sit here and do some sun baths. And also, and if you have to look at the roof part, right? You'll see these things. It's ancient rocks. These rocks used to protect the house from rains, snow. Especially there was to be a snowfall before, but now because of climate change, the snowfall has stopped. So this was ancient built house, right? So they used to made of woods, and there were no like zinc plates were used to cover that. Weren't any available those days. And see this house doesn't have any window, and the door over here is also very small, and this has a science behind it, because in those days there used to be snowfall and there were no windows, because it was designed that way so that the room inside used to remain very hot, and the entrance is also very small, because it stops great waves of cold air going through. So this was this was built so that the warm inside, so the room inside could be very warm and very protected from outer atmosphere as well. So I'll take you inside as well, to Mahayogi's room as well. So I'm inside the room right now, and I'll show you one storage place, or you can call it a shelf. In those days, shelf. See the triangular shelf over here. This was to be used for putting utensils and all those things necessary for daily walks. Now I'll show you something, some old things. See this one over here. This is called knife, and this was used for cutting vegetables. And it's very easy. You have to support it here and cut it. You provide a base. This is the base. You provide a support here, and you cut. And this will not allow the knife to move. So and they used to also put ropes over there so that it could be used for daily works, for the cattle as well. And let me see what over there. How can I forget this? This was the bottles. See how the bottles look like in those days. I don't know what this bottle is for, right? But this bottle used to be quite, what do you call this? Like a women's body figure. And you see this carpet over here. This is made from corn shoots. They used to take the corn shoots and they used to dry it up and they used to make carpet, pure handmade.
This is a typical inside of a Kaulachari's home. Wall made of mud, no artificial chemical or paint used, just mud. Mud and cow dung for purity on below. Typically, when a Bhairavi stays in the house, there would be this high border of red color using a red colored soil along with cow dung for the border and white top. This is a typical trademark of a Kaulachari's house. This ancient door, no locks for securing the door. A wood stick would go from here to here. Opens this. Outside, balcony, beautiful view. Very ancient wood here. You see how long it is, it's just one long wood stump. And by the look of it, it looks very old, and I've been told that it is around 200 years old. Some of it is already cracking. I'm not really sure how long this house is going to last in this condition. This is modern by the standard of the other things in this room. This is a modern tandoor. It has various purposes, to keep the room warm by putting wood inside, burning it, controlling the flow of the air, to keep however warm you want to keep, putting certain utensil here for cooking also. So women or anybody would be cooking as well as socializing with other members of the house. This ancient looking box is where Mahayogiji used to keep his stuff. All his stuff used to be kept here. Let's have a look inside what it contains now. Quilts, clothes, has aroma of clothes which has been stored for a long time. So apart from this big wooden box that Mahayogiji used to store his stuff, he also has one more box similar to this which is downstairs. We'll show you, but before that let me show you something interesting. This window shelf is where Mahayogiji mother used to keep and grandmother used to keep butter and other milk products, which I'm told Mahayogi ji as a child used to also steal and eat. Oops. A rod for securing this so that a human being can open it, but cats will not be able to open it. Well, there is no butter for me here right now, but in earlier days there used to be butter, milk products, lassi, chach, and other tasty stuff worth stealing, I'm sure.
Now I am going to the downstairs of this house. So here, for getting down inside the house, so this steps is made up of wood. See, log of wood is made such a way it looks like step. So just I am going down, and there is no current light inside, so I have to take torchlight with me. So I am walking down. So here you can see the steps, how it is made, how it has been cut and made like a step for getting down. Now I am the downstairs of the house. This is also called as a storage house. So as we have discussed earlier, that one more trunk, wooden box is there in downstairs. So this is the wooden box that has been discussed. So now it is locked, and don't know what is there inside of Kaulantak Nath IshaPutra's belongings. Maybe there inside. It's there inside. And let me show you other things which Mahayogi Kaulantak Nath IshaPutra used to used in his routine life. See, this is called surwa. This is a typical spoon type made up of wood. So this Kaulantak Nath IshaPutra used to do his havan, yagya, with this. Means we can use this for taking the ghee and for putting it in the havan, the yagya. This was used in the ancient times, and Kaulantak Nath IshaPutra also used to perform his sadhana, yagya, havan, puja by using this. And this is called, another thing I can show you, this is called kilta. Kilta means here in Himachal Pradesh, and the local person, everybody used this kind of storage type of thing they carry in their bag. They keep all their things, whatever they want to bring from downstairs to up, like vegetables, woods, etc., and they carry on their back. It looks like a bag. See, ropes are there for it to get fixed in the shoulders, and it almost looks like a bag. So they use for bringing things, etc., to up in the hills to their house in the mountains. And another area is also there here. I can show you. This is the place. Here in first floor you might have seen tandoor for keeping the house warm. But this is another place in downstairs of the house. It is also made up of this. It is made up of wood, it is made up of mud. Sorry, covered with cow dung. Here they also used to make fire, as before the climate was used to get too much cool. So to protect themselves from cold, they used to keep fire in the tandoor as well as here. So this is the place of Kaulantak Nath IshaPutra's house we have seen.
Okay, so I'm here to show you something. You see hood log over here? This is the inside this. There is a place for honeybees. Like we showed you, like 4 chambers for honeybees from outside. So I'm gonna show you the interior thing. So I'll open it. See this triangle over there? From there, the honeybee used to enter inside, and they used to make their nest over here. So you can see those leftovers from before. See, we quite have a little in here. So, and when the honeybees were not making babies, then the family of Kaulantak Nath will come here and take the honey out, and those honey will be used for worships or for their what do you call it, for daily activities. So I'm gonna close this now.
So this is the ground floor of the house where animals are used to be kept. Now there are no animals here. You see the stairs or makeshift stair. It's made up of one tree log, very carefully cut to make steps. So one has to be very careful in stepping on these. But mountain people are very used to it, so it's probably very comfortable for them to walk on this. For ventilation, there's this door over here for bringing the animals in, taking them out. Tumri, another pumpkin. This is like a full pumpkin with the shape which is typical for water storage. So this is the area where animals of the house were kept. Cows this side, one or two cows, couple of oxes on the either side of the fronts. The calves, the babies of cows were kept inside. They would be taken outside for drinking milk of the mother cows and then sent back, because this area is more warm, because smaller baby animals require more warmer areas. Some sheeps over here, goats this side. Very typical ancient doors, just plank of wood in between a log cut in the center. Simple to lock and open. A horn of a sheep, probably two male sheep fighting over territories, locking their horns, and probably this horn fell off. If you see the ceiling, you see that it's been colored black with white spots to create an illusion that the animals are living under the stars, dark sky. A very quiet part of the house.
I am inside the house. Now I will go upstairs to the kitchen. Kitchen and where the yogini, the goddess, are kept. Let me show you there. So this is the step. This is totally made up of wood. So this is a wooden step. How it is made? See, it is made in very good sculpture. Come on, let's go up. Here, here we can find two places for cooking. As we call as in modern, we have stoves. So before there used to be a place for cooking. It will be made up of mud.
We are right now at the top floor of the house, the kitchen area. You see there are two chulhas, wooden stoves for making food. The food in Kolachar is divided into two categories, Korda and Sorda. Food having male qualities and food having predominantly female category qualities. So in Kolachar and in houses following Kolachar tradition, food is cooked as per the guidelines given in Kolachar scriptures, where food containing male qualities and food containing female qualities, Korda and Sorda, are cooked separately in separate chulhas. This is chabu for keeping rotis, tasty rotis made on wood fire. This kitchen area and the other side is separated by a big log of wood, because the other side is the holy area, the sacrosanct area of the house where the goddess is installed, is kept. So this side of the room is where the goddess and the yoginis are kept. The area behind me, if you see, has another earthen oven, wood fire oven, where bhog, prasad, offerings to the goddess is prepared in special on special occasions when certain travelers on for holy travelers, tirthis, when they come in the house, their food is also prepared there. Preparing food for the goddess or for worship has a very typical Kolachar tradition associated with it. That the person, if it's a woman who's cooking the food, would only be wearing a pattu and nothing inside, no undergarments inside while preparing the food for the gods and goddesses. This wooden box over there is where all the necessary belongings of the goddess and other articles of worships are kept. Over here is where the goddess of the house resides, in the most sacrosanct area. This area is prohibited for entry for person who is not going for worship and has not taken the ritual bath. The flowers, the yogini flowers brought from very sacred places like Hanskund, the yoginis, the Devi, looking over the house from the top floor, giving blessings.
Now, we are here in Kaulantak, Nath, IshaPutra's house. So now it is rainy season. It's raining too much here in the mountains. You can see the clouds and the change of weather. Just now before it was sunrise, and now it has been totally changed to cloudy. And I want to show you one thing. This is I can show you from here. That is the small hill, small mountain, where our Kaulantak Nath IshaPutra used to take his cattle over there for feeding the grass over there. The cattle, the goats, the sheep, the cows over there. And our whole team was here to tell you something about the grand personality, Kaulantak Nath IshaPutra, Mahayogi Satyendra Nath. We tried our level best, our whole team tried our level best to give the information about the grand personality, Kaulantak Nath IshaPutra, Mahayogi Satyendra Nath, and describing the grand personality, it's very difficult. We tried our level best to show his life history, to show his life history in a normal person way. normal person manner, because it's for a normal person it's difficult to understand the grand personality, or who is Mahayogi Satyendra Nath, or what relations or what kind of environment he had with the god and goddesses over here in Himachal Pradesh. But we try our level best, and in this document, if anything was wrong or if anything hurted our sadhakas or the viewers, we are extremely sorry for that. And in future we will come up with some important points, some important discussions of Kaulantak Nath, IshaPutra, Mahayogi Satyendra Nath. Till now, this much.